Star Wars only. I don't know what the fuck your problem is.
If no one's gonna say it, I'll have to be the one to say it. Do I really have to come out here and be the one to say this? I feel like I don't need to, but I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. This is a bunch of McClunky. Anakin Skywalker should have been in The Rise of Skywalker. It felt like we were being teased for the past year and a half with Hayden's appearances and everything. Remember that one Disney event where Ian McDiarmid and Hayden Christensen were supposed to attend and Disney pulled the plug last minute on them? That wasn't suspicious at all. And then even with Star Wars Celebration in Chicago this past April, Hayden was there, and Hayden doesn't appear at a lot of these celebration events. I think he appeared at the one in 2015, maybe 2017, either the Orlando one or the Anaheim one. One of the two, he showed up. And Hayden hasn't really been in the public eye for a good amount of time with Star Wars fans because, to be fair, I know a lot of people like the prequels, but the prequels were not the movies people wanted them to be, and they had a lot of backlash at the time. But now that some of the kids who grew up with the prequels are grown, we look back at them and we say, hey, those films aren't as bad as a lot of people made them out to be. Some people would say they're better than the newer films, and some people and a lot of fans feel like Hayden is playing Anakin Skywalker, and he is Anakin Skywalker. I mean, to be fair, he literally is Anakin Skywalker. That's not like a hot take or anything. He literally is just Anakin Skywalker. And if you're making a movie about the ending of the Skywalker family, the ending of that bloodline, and calling the film Rise of Skywalker, and apparently the whole sequel trilogy, which I still don't really know what it was about, but I'm pretty confident it was something about heritage or something along that line, because apparently you just have to be related to somebody to be extremely powerful in the new films. And if we're going that route, then we should have seen the dawn of everything when it comes to storytelling. If JJ really wanted to do like he said he wanted to do, and tie in all the films in the episodic Skywalker saga from episodes 1 through 8, including 9, then he should have brought Anakin back. Not only as a Force Ghost voice, which was, I mean, okay, I guess, but I think it would have been nice to see him, or have some lines of dialogue with Kylo Ren. And by the way, spoiler alert, Han Solo was back in this, and Han talked to Kylo and everything, but shouldn't the man that the boy has been idolizing for the past, I don't know, 10, 15 years? I don't know how long he's been idolizing Darth Vader, but the fact that the Emperor was manipulating him through the voice of Darth Vader, I feel like it would have been a little bit more poetic to have Hayden come back as Anakin, come back as a Force Ghost, and speak to Kylo, and tell him how he redeemed himself, and what he did in his redemption arc, and kind of not the entire story of his life. I don't want a big monologue by Hayden, but something to connect to Kylo on an emotional level, and make us as an audience go, ah, the story's connected. And I know there can be an extent of fan service where you make it a fan service moment where it's like, oh, Hayden's Anakin. You remember the prequels? You remember this? Yeah, sure, you could have done that, and that probably could have been a criticism we would have had of his return if it was simply just a Force Ghost wave and high, like at the end where there's Luke and Leia. Wouldn't it be even better, though, if they had their father right by them? And maybe even their mother would have been a little stretch. Padme wasn't a Force user. But still, I felt like it would have been a little more touching in the conclusion of the Skywalker saga to have the original Skywalker show up. I mean, am I the only one who thinks that? I just feel like if Kylo Ren's gonna idolize his grandfather for all these years, literally turn to the dark side off of some messages from his grandfather, and when he says, show me the power and whatnot. And even maybe Anakin could have had some influence from the netherworld of the Force. It's quite clear that a lot of these Force ghosts and other Force users, like Sidious from the dead or something, and you even have Luke lifting the X-Wing and whatnot, and Yoda using lightning. It's clear that these Force ghosts are very powerful in the Force. Wouldn't the Chosen One of the Force, who had the highest midi-chlorian count, even bigger than Yoda, which, yes, is a stupid plot, but wouldn't he be the one to show up and be like, hey, by the way, Kylo, I appreciate the enthusiasm, but by the way, I did turn back to the light side, and I did defeat the Emperor once, and I need you to do that again to not only redeem our family name, but so you can know that the dark side is not the path to go. I just feel like Anakin would have been more of a poetic send-off to this trilogy. The Skywalker saga would be properly concluded with the original Skywalker, who started it all in The Phantom Menace as a little 9-year-old boy. And I know Lucas says that the original 6 films are about Anakin, and I disagree. I'm pretty confident the original trilogy is really just only about Luke Skywalker, but it's a family heritage kind of thing. It's a generational thing. And it's just kind of odd that the sequel trilogy is about the Skywalker family name again, but it only has Luke really involved, because no one else in there is really called Skywalker. Oh, my bad, I forgot Rey at the end of it, the Skywalker, even though she said Skywalker. I don't know why she put an A instead of an ER with it, but she's a Skywalker too. I'm Rey Skywalker. And Anakin's the OG Skywalker, though. He should be the one who shows up. He should be the one that shows up at least halfway through the film or closer to the end to smile at the camera, wave, get his like $20,000 check or something like that. I don't know. It would have been nice to see Hayden back. It would have been nice to see him in that Jedi robes. It would have been kind of reminiscent of the special editions. God damn you, George Lucas! But still, I wish things would have been a little different with The Rise of Skywalker. In many elements, not just this one, but I think this would have been a nice send-off to the Skywalker episodic saga of having the original Skywalker back, the most powerful Force user that could have ever been, come back next to Rey apparently. Just would have been nice. I don't know. Tell me your thoughts below. Should Hayden have come back and reprised his role as Anakin? Am I reaching for the member berries like I think I might be? But I'd love to hear your thoughts below. I'm Star Wars Only. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see y'all next time, and may the Force be with you always.